Rob Van Dam, listen to True Hill Heat. Pow.
Hey guys, it's Thunder Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble, episode 134, Rocket into Revolution. We're here to discuss the February 21st, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by the man of nearly 54,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and AEW. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, sir? Ladies, ladies are strong. Lady.
Even ladies is not strong. There's two.
Maybe. Sure. I'll take your word for it. And gentlemen, also strong. More like guys. Fucking dudes. Men are strong. But gentlemen, definitely strong. I'm joking, mostly. How are you? Yeah, I'm in the mood today. Sorry.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. You just woke up and you're feeling a certain way. That's how it is on a Thursday here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Your first time watching AEWramble, we are here every single Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, or 1:05-ish p.m. Eastern Time, to review AEW Dynamite as only we can. We keep it honest. We keep it unfiltered with valid criticisms, as well as outside perspectives on presentation and video packages and stuff like that. You get the full spectrum here, so we appreciate y'all if you're joining us for our review of the February 21st 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite. Show that appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And most importantly, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you live with us here. So we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here and make sure your comment is highlighted on screen, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It supports the contributors that you see on screen with us here. Every dollar amount goes back to us. So we appreciate that because we are a self-funded channel, or as Jimmy Macram says, we're broke. So we need the help. Thank you. But yes, Jimmy, a lot for us to discuss. AEW Dynamite. We're just mere weeks away from AEW Revolution. We already got in the chat here Eric Isaacs with us. We got Steven Chambers who says, "What's up, SP3 and Jimmy?" ALW saying SP3 and Big Jim. What's up, fellas? Hope all is well. We also got Trey Jones who says, "Yo." We also got
niggerish. Welcome, sir.
Jesus
I love you.
Jesus Christ.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Jesus. All right. Really? Okay.
I mean, it's niggerish. I mean, I was like, that is a Jimmy response. So we need to let the people know, so they're used to that.
It was actually, everybody doesn't know that was actually the first words that Swerve said when Jay showed up at the Royal Rumble. He went, "Oh, ugh, niggerish."
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You make it sound like that's what the black licorice is called, niggerish. I don't want this niggerish. We got Steven Chambers in the chat. He says, "I know it's AEW, but what's Jimmy's prediction for Elimination Chamber?" Okay, I'll let you answer the question before I say something that I know you probably disagree with.
Which part? All of it?
I don't know if you're gonna disagree with all of it. I just like anytime anybody's brought up Elimination Chamber, I've just had the one thought.
What?
Man, like 2 months ago, we thought this was going to be very important, right?
That's very fair.
2 months ago, we thought it was going to be Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. There's no outliers in that statement. Now it's like Royal Rumble, Fastlane, WrestleMania. This is like, it feels like Fastlane in a stadium.
Well, yeah. Your boy decided to put an end to any excitement we all had for the Chamber. But listen, I'm not mad at it. That's not true. I am mad at it. You really telegraphed Becky, so I'm mad at that. And if it's not Becky, then I apologize.
Liv had a great story. You didn't need to telegraph Becky.
You ain't confused me. I mean, I wouldn't be confused by fucking Liv.
Well, no. The smart fans wouldn't, but at least Liv had a story. But both chambers are mildly very predictable.
Well, that part I can't blame The Rock for. I will blame. Apparently, I blame Wardlow for. CM Punk's very fragile body. But whatever. It'll be a good event. I can't see any matches I would throw up at, but I can pretty much guess all the winners.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
You could probably say it in one breath. Rhea, Becky, Drew, Judgment Day. Damn, I couldn't remember the fourth match. And that's gonna be the best match too. Judgment Day and Dunn and Bate. That's gonna probably be the best match, if not the Chambers.
Absolutely, that AEW special. Fucking the big match. I don't give a fuck about because I know who's gonna win. We skip by this, please. But look at the work rate. Who gives a fuck? Would you get back this fucking match, please? Ugh.
I love though that the WWE fans, that's what they'll say in response to people that's like, "Oh man, it was predictable. I wasn't really into it." But the work rate, man, when it fits them, when it suits their argument, they do use that.
That's very true. I really don't care. Though Sheamus got somebody's ass the other day for the exact opposite. It was kind of hilarious.
It was. He was like, anybody missed those 5-star banger matches? And it was like, I'll take stories and characters over matches any day of the week. And Sheamus said, "Oh, watch a soap opera then."
I agree with that loser, but he deserved what he got. Or you responding to me if you don't like what I do. Stupid, beat it.
That's why I have no remorse for people that reply to one of my comments and try to like be adversarial. Like, come on, like
Adversarial. What a great word. I never get to use that enough.
because I've learned not to insult people now when I'm going back and forth. If they have a difference of opinion, I'm not going to automatically insult you. But 9 times out of 10, ever since I started doing that, they insult me first. And it's just like, damn, I wish I didn't have this rule of not insulting you first, because then I would have felt like I deserved to be insulted.
Oh, well, fuck them.
And we got our first super chat donation. Thank you so much to Will Chisholm, of course. Will, you are the man, and we appreciate you. So does Tony.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Every time.
Will says, I know last night's show wasn't at a slave state, but they could have been better. I mean, Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah, definitely a slave state, sir.
Yeah,
And,
I thought they
very
were
weird. They were loud, and then all of a sudden they would just stop. They were just interesting.
It felt like a WWE crowd more.
Yeah.
Like they were like when they were quiet, it wasn't like they were quiet because they weren't reacting. It was kind of like they were quiet to watch and like take it in. Like it was more not WWE crowd, Japanese crowd.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I had that thought last night too. It was like, it's a good move. Good move.
No, that's good move. Yeah, that's dead ass Japanese. Japanese crowds will pay attention to everything, and then a good move happens. Ooh. Both guys down. And they start wrestling again. Oh, yeah.
No.
Pay attention. We got Christopher Kidd in the chat with us today. Thanks for joining us. We got everybody counting along.
Hey!
Disclaimers. Annika's in the chat. Ace is in the chat. We got Trey. It says you got back to back. So yeah, there you go. And man, Frantic World. This is usually the time of the episode that we talk about stuff outside of AEW. So what do you think about what I
did not hear what Cena said. I know it wasn't good, apparently. Everybody was yelling at him. But what did he say?
All right, let me I'm gonna pull up this quote here. So I get it exactly right. I don't want to misrepresent him in any kind of way. And what he had to say, he was on the. I did listen to the clip. It's like a 5-minute clip, so definitely worth going out of your way if you want to actually listen. Because sometimes people will say, "Oh no, he misquoted me" and stuff like that. Nah, nigga, I heard the transcript. I heard it, dude. I heard it. I heard what you said. Like Howard Stern tried to give you the out on what to say, and he still botched.
Shit.
He still botched.
Oh.
How'd you still botch, bro? I don't understand that. But let me pull up this here. Damn, I just see people just ranting on it. All right, so John Cena on the Vince McMahon lawsuit and allegations. I don't think it's complicated to talk about. It's complicated to listen to. That's why I don't necessarily put a lot of time and equity into it. There's still a long way to go. I can say this. I'm a big advocate of love and friendship and honesty and communication in the same breath. I'm also a big advocate of accountability. If someone's behavior lies so far outside of your value system that the balance shifts of I can't operate in a world where this works, that's the end result of being accountable. Right now, I'm going to love the person I love, be their friend. I love you. You have a hill to climb. There is the saying of you don't know who your friends are until shit hits the fan or your back is against the wall. That doesn't make any of what's going on any easier to swallow. Just telling someone you love them, it's a hill to climb, and we'll see what happens.
What kind of chat GPT ass? What? Oh my god, that was way worse than I could have thought. That could have been.
You want to hear more? I think you have.
No, I don't want to hear more. I started to like John Cena over the last 10 years. What the fuck?
You killed me wait. ChatGPT.
Oh, I thought Randy Orton's response was like on the rougher side, but I could appreciate it. Like I get exactly what he's saying. I owe Vince my fucking life essentially. But
this is horrible.
This shit is hard to read.
That was a good answer. Good answer.
Done. Cena, all you do is say, "Listen, Vince is my guy. I love Vince, but this shit is rough. I wait to see all the facts, but reading this shit, I don't know what to think. That's bad, but it's not worse than the shit you said. What the fuck are you babbling about, sir? Holy, yeah, no comment would have worked too.
Can't talk about it. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna go Cena at the top. I'm gonna go Triple H right after that. Not right after that. There's a big gap between John Cena and Triple H. But there it is. Cena, but Triple H is second. And then everybody else, I suppose. What the fuck? Shit. Man, I'm Cena volunteered this information. Sorry, shut the fuck up.
Yes, you could have ended it at the first paragraph. He did like three, 4 paragraphs of an answer. Jesus Christ. You can only imagine the transcribers transcribing this must have been laughing and have to take breaks. Like, what? What did you just say?
Run that back? Friendship and love, nigga, what? Oh my, love is what a heart is. And if you're not with love, then that's not home. Sir, what the fuck are you on about?
A house is not a home. He just saying song lyrics. What is he doing?
Oh man, what the fuck?
That is correct, Ricky. We are no longer a self-funded channel. We are a Will Chisholm funded channel. The GOAT. You are the GOAT, Will. Frantic World says the WWE fans are the young and restless Shamor Moore watcher.
Appreciate that, Frantic World. There you go. That unbiased opinion.
And then if you turn it back, you always have to turn it back the other way. Of AEW fans are just Fast and Furious lovers.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
they want the action. They don't want no story. They want all action.
That's very true.
Yeah, so like it goes both ways. I don't like doing the whole this is how AEW fans are, this is how WWE fans are, because we always say in general, wrestling fans are awful.
Oh, I do. That's very true. And it's very true. They've gotten better over the years, but not much better.
No.
Sorry. Oh, by the way, we had a conversation maybe 2 weeks ago about trilogies. And I was very adamant that Hangman and Dragon is not a trilogy. It just isn't. And then somebody asked about Austin Rock at WrestleMania. Is that a trilogy? Even though that's God knows how many years apart. 3. Yes, it is a trilogy.
It's a WrestleMania trilogy.
It's a WrestleMania trilogy.
Both things are trilogies. You're just trying to tell us the difference. But go ahead.
They're not. I am saying the difference. Because if you ask me if Undertaker Triple H WrestleMania is a trilogy, that is not. It isn't. They have to be relatively equidistant apart. Like Rock and Austin is 2 years apart, and then 2 years apart. Undertaker Triple H is one match, then there's a decade and a half, and then there's 2 more matches. That is not a trilogy. Get the difference? That's the difference.
Dragon and Hangman is a match, another match a month later, and then 6 months later, a third match.
You just said a match a month later, and then 6 months. 600% after the time of the first one is the second one. That's too long.
You literally by doing this, you have to realize that then you are now saying that the Okada Omega trilogy is not a trilogy. Because their first and second match were separated by 6 months.
Okay, and how much was the second and third one?
Second and third one was 2 months.
No, you're right. I'm not. Sorry.
This is ridiculous. I'm looking this shit up as far as Steamboat and Flair. I love it.
Like if you could do 3 months, and then 4 months, maybe
That's
5.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You could do a year.
No, I understand a year. If it's a year apart, I understand that. 6 months, I think you're being ridiculous.
Listen, but here's the thing: if you did one on Tuesday and you did another one on Wednesday and you did another one 6 months later, that's not a trilogy. I'm sorry, it fucking isn't.
That's not what happened, though.
It's not a trilogy. I'm sorry. Them's the rules. I spent a long time thinking about this. Why don't I think Austin? Why don't I think Triple H and Undertaker trilogy Austin Rock is both WrestleMania, both 50 matches? It's the gap. Got to be equidistant, or at least close to it.
I mean, Power Driver finisher, by his definition, yes, Rollins and Cody is a trilogy because the first match happens in April, second match happens in May, third match happens in June. It was 1 month after
the
another.
definition of a trilogy.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any good, but it's
it's not a good trilogy. It's not good when you have those back to back to back. That's why I said 6 months, I think, is a relative good amount of time if you want to make that the cap. But to say that that's where you're disqualifying them, I think that's
that's not disqualifying.
This is your opinion that it's not.
No,
a
this
trilogy
is the
if
new.
apart.
This is the new.
I
this
think
is the
that's
new.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
This is the new guidelines.
If it's in the same
it's
year,
not 6 months.
If it's
No.
Year, it's a trilogy. Yes.
You can't wrestle in January
and then that's my rule.
You can't wrestle in January and February and December and call that a trilogy. It isn't. Sorry. That must be the rules.
It's not the rules. It's something you're making up.
No, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I love you just say that's the rule.
That's the new
no
rule.
Rule book. No evidence.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's how it works.
I can't with this guy. I can't. Christopher Kidd says it's not the timing, it's the story. Triple H and Taker didn't reference their first match. Rock and Austin always recalled their history. That's a good point as well. I do like that
point. I don't give a fuck if Triple H and Taker fucking blew the first match. It's not a trilogy. It can't be fucking 20 years apart. Would you stop it? Things don't look the same.
AEW
Any big matches? Are you out of your fucking? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Read it first before I snap.
Since a trilogy is anytime there are 3 big matches. Come on, Jimmy. Time doesn't matter. It could be 30 years, and if it's the third match, it's a fucking trilogy.
It could be 30 years. If the first match happens in fucking 2000, then the next match happens in 2015, the next match happens in 2030. Yes, that's a trilogy. The first match happens in 2000, the second match happens a month later, and then the next match is 2030. That is not a fucking trilogy, sir. That's not how that works. No. Why do I bring these things? I do all this fucking deep thought, and I bring it to these people, and they're just like, big matches? No.
I love how you did a thorough job of breaking down what was wrong with AEW's counter argument. But you're just telling me with my counter argument. That's the rule.
Wait, you said 2 months? But I didn't see your match, so I don't know. You said 2 months, and then you said 6 months. You see, I didn't jump on it right away. I had to think about it. So, yeah, I can't do it.
Could I adjust my role? No, I can't do it. I
thought about it.
Oh my
Give it a shot.
Oh my god, that was funny. Oh man. So Gunther and Dragunov. Their next match is not the third match of their trilogy.
How close were the first 2 matches?
First 2 matches were 1 year apart.
Oh, we're well after 1 year, aren't we?
Oh, we're on 3. We're on 3 at this point.
Yeah, no, it's not a trilogy. His name's not even the same. No, it's really over.
He was like, he's facing a whole nother guy. That first match was Walter. This is Gunther? I don't even know who you're talking about. We got, that's a good one. I believe they were like very close together. They were like pretty close. I remember. I believe the first match happens in like the summer. The next match happens in like the first. I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, you got me actually asking myself. So like, when was the first? Huh?
Again, yeah, go ahead, look it up. I'll keep educating people while you do. It's about being equidistant, not about the time length necessarily. So the first 2 matches were 5 months apart, and then the second match and the third match was 6 months apart. We let that slide. That's fine. 5 and 7, maybe let that slide too. Even 5 and 8, but 5 months and then 3 years, they can't do it.
So the punk Joe is basically what Jimmy is talking about. The first match happens in June of 2004. Second match happens 4 months later in October of 2004, and then the third match is 2 months later in December of 2004.
That's acceptable.
Oh man, this was a great conversation. I needed that laugh. Randy Girl says this is great. We said forget Watergate. We have Trilogy Gate. I'm taking this to social media when this show is done. I'm taking a
Don't
poll.
ask those bums.
Oh, yep, I'm taking a poll.
These bums aren't gonna agree.
No, you know what? You know what? Since all the conversation earlier this week was about a fans, complaining about fans' reaction to who this guy has a question, I'm gonna put out the question: what is a trilogy?
Yeah, they'll go. It's 3 matches. Any 3 matches. It doesn't
Any
matter.
3 matches. Time, distance, story does not matter. It's like a multiverse. It's a multitude of possibilities. Yes, Christopher Kidd, we're gonna have Trilogy Gate. We're gonna go through classic trilogies of wrestling, and we're gonna certify it if it's still a trilogy or not, according to Jimmy Macram.
I'm here to help. Ray Andrade 3 weeks in a row. Well, then yeah, it's a trilogy. All right, it can't be the only. Well, give me another one then, sir. That's an odd thing to say about a fucking replacement. Can't be the only argument.
Put it up on Twitter. Put it up on the Twitter machine, Facebook, all that. Eddie James, that was the other topic we wanted to address before we get into Dynamite. AEW made a big hiring this week as they hired Jennifer Petterman, who was a former WWE writer, most specifically doing work since 2017. She worked with the SmackDown Women's Division and was apparently a very close personal friend of Mercedes Moné. Should also be included, though, because I did do my research this week. She was also named in that lawsuit by Janelle Grant. Not Janelle Grant. The writer that we talked about like two years ago.
Oh, okay.
The writer who said that she was like racially kind of discriminated against within WWE. Jennifer was named in that lawsuit, said that she kind of talked down to her, didn't talk to her in the same way that she talked to her white counterparts or white colleagues. Of course, we never heard too much about that lawsuit after the news initially came out because it was dismissed whenever it lost, It was dismissed without prejudice, which basically means that they did not have enough evidence to go through with the lawsuit. Then the lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, meaning that she had no evidence and they wanted to put it to bed altogether. So she can't even come back and sue WWE after that. So it's different from a lot of the other lawsuits WWE has encountered where they've settled outside of court. That's different from what this is.
Yeah, because you don't want that stench on you. Fucking your writers talking down to your black female writers. I will say, don't want to be nice.
And as I say, Trey, I wanted to tell the whole story because I saw some people that just put out the initial lawsuit and her name being mentioned in the lawsuit, and I was like, "Oh, you WWE fans, y'all are slick. Y'all didn't put this out when she was still with the company." But and then I read up on it, and I was like, "Oh, it was dismissed," and then I learned it was dismissed with prejudice, meaning not enough evidence, and then dismissed with prejudice, meaning that it can never be brought up again because she did not have enough evidence to even go through with it.
Like when you said without prejudice, I went, "Oh, hey, well, maybe the sister's telling the truth." Then you said with prejudice, I went, oh, that means they really want you to get the fuck out of here. Like you're really wasting my time. This is really a bother. Don't want to be on my Swerve shit right now. No, we don't want to do that. I'm gonna leave the sister alone. She already had her case dismissed. I'll leave her alone. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I've been let go of jobs before, and shit. I also threw a fit. You know what? We're not gonna get into it. As far as Jennifer, what's her name? Somebody called her Peppermint. Close enough.
That was Eddie James. Jennifer Peppermint. I was like, what is she, a freaking character on Reese?
Listen, anytime they bring in somebody to help book, I'm here for it. women in particular, big here for it. This definitely feels like a Mercedes move. I don't know if this is like back in the day we used to hire Aaron Rodgers. Jesus,
There
sorry.
she go. She got the all elite graphic. I had to put it up. I'm sorry.
A little warning next time, if you don't mind. I was looking away. I turned back. Fucking Swerve's like this.
Peppermint. It's peppermint. Swerve's like,
yeah. Making my way downtown.
And I'm homebound.
Yeah, it felt like I don't know if this was like an Aaron Rodgers thing back in the day where you fucking bring in somebody because you know Aaron Rodgers is gonna like him, or if this is more of a Rock or that's a good one, or a CM Punk thing. Like, no, I need my guy. Bring my guy with me. That's how it works. Sorry,
nah, this feels more like Rock with Guritz, Brian Guritz.
Yeah, like this is my guy.
Yeah,
this is my guy. We cover this the package. I don't care what you. It's like The Sopranos. Get him a no work, no show job, but he's on the books.
I will say the only bad part about this, as far as like AEW, if people wanted, I'm looking out for y'all WWE fans who want to create arguments and create agendas against them. It does look bad because it does look like AEW definitely poached her.
Oh, it certainly did. Of course it did. I don't mind this. I've never understood this argument. This is tampering. Who gives a fuck? What? I don't give a fuck. It's nothing to do with me. Good. Talented person wants to make, or non-talented person, doesn't matter to me. Wants to make a move, make the move. Say move. Wants to go Mercedes? Go. Feel free. Yes.
But I'm so glad. This is like last year we had, Will Washington being hired. So we got a person of color in the creative room. Now we have a female being brought in to be in the creative move. I like that there is some diversity in there to get different voices and more ideas into that room.
There you go. I'm not big on different voices. Like, I only really care about my own. But as far as diversity, as long as the person's talented, it's a win. Take a talented white person over a talented black person, non-talented black person any day, or a talented man over a non-talented woman any day. I'm sorry. She's got to be talented for me to care.
And she won 3 daytime Emmy awards. Apparently,
wait a minute. No, daytime means soap opera, sir. Wasn't Francis Will just shitting on soap operas a second ago? Wasn't that you? Now he's looking at these daytime Emmy.
But there's the story about her when she first got hired to WWE and she got, a desk and everything. She put the Emmy on the desk, and apparently Michael P.S. Hayes got mad at her and said that she was showing off.
Yeah, that'd be my thought too. As you said it, she put an Emmy on the desk. This bitch. That'd be my first thought. Ugh. I don't know what P.S. Hayes did with it. Lord knows he is old school. I don't want to know about what the fuck he did with that Emmy before he fucking put it back on the desk. Whatever. Sure.
Big Man Dog says, and she's a soap opera writer, so she might be able to fix AEW back to the glory days of all the weird storylines people hated, but I love
it. There you go. I'm here for the ridiculousness.
And we got another super chat donation from the great, all-powerful Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
Thank you so much, Will. He says, Jimmy, what's your
reaction
think?
Whenever they hire like Amanado or somebody like I'm sorry, Swerve. Explain your action.
Why you keep doing it?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm sorry. Continue.
He says, what did you think of The Rock's promo and his throwback look?
In a vacuum, I really like The Rock's promo. Like I laughed significantly. He's always been hilarious. I'm glad he's got back to that. Felt very much like a mix between Corporate Rock and Hollywood Rock to me. Kind of talk like Hollywood Rock. That kind of people forget. Corporate Rock almost never smiled. There's almost nothing funny to Corporate Rock. He's not having a good time. He's just an asshole. Hollywood Rock clearly knows he's hilarious and he's enjoying being hilarious. And he brought back the trailer park trash and other corporate phrases.
50
Also, the best.
Oh, the vest was. Oh my god! I popped for the vest. I have not popped for a piece of clothing on a wrestler that much since Triple H brought back the jean jacket.
Oh, that's a throwback.
When he returned, when Taker returned before their first Mania match in 27, WrestleMania 27.
Oh, that was clean. Yeah, it's like he's got like this vest. It's like a Versace vest. Like, what is this? That's clean. Whatever it is, you clearly stand out from the rest of them. The promo in and of itself, I liked as a part of a story.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like the in a vacuum, really great Rock promo, and it instantly made me go, what I think I said it last week or the week before. I was like, I went back on social media and said, yeah, I could be wrong about the Rock getting booed out the building like Batista did in 2014. And then I heard his reaction on SmackDown. I was like, well, also I could be right. And he's like, he's not gonna get that because the fans are gonna remember he's the Rock. Just let him talk. He'll entertain us. And they gave him the biggest pops and the biggest boos on that entire show.
Well, yeah, we got what we wanted. Now we should have Rock. We're good. We're good. You absolved of your sins. Sure, we can cheer you now. Yeah, after Triple H's promo, which felt like the first shot in a war, I thought the Rock would come back with something similar. But whatever. Listen, it's early. We got a long way to go to WrestleMania.
I thought he did a good job of explaining his heel turn, though, because it basically is like a character trait at this point of The Rock. Whenever the people turn on The Rock turns on the people. That's like, it goes back to 1997. Every heel turn The Rock has ever done, and you can pretty much pinpoint it's that.
Oh yeah, except the corporate one. Then you're just an asshole.
Yes.
You're second most popular guy in the company. You just said the turn.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. They were like, nah. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna turn him because he's not gonna be the number one guy. So he could be the number one heel, though. That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, listen, this is fun. As much as I enjoyed it, I gotta be honest. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed. I gotta be fair. I'm gonna be fair here because I don't want to shit on. When we get to the Bucks, which I'm sure we will. I'm going to talk about how silly this all is, but I can't then let The Rock slide when he's doing his silly shit. I much prefer his press conference. I much prefer serious Rock than I shouldn't say that. In a story, I much prefer serious Rock.
Yes,
for
this story, yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch Goofy Rock all day. Rock slurs is what it is.
And we got another super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
Listen up, you prick.
Will says John Cena sound like he cutting a promo back in 07.
And love and fucking friendship.
I believe in love and friendship more than anything.
What the fuck, sir? No comment. Hustle,
Loyalty, respect.
Listen, maybe seen as I won't say that out loud. I'm just saying, maybe just asking for a little bit of love for Vince in case anybody else's name pops up. Like, hey, I'm not being a hypocrite about this. I asked for love for Vince. Not that my name's in it. I expect the same. God damn it. I expect the same.
To be fair. He's like, I'm here now, guys. Nothing to worry about. All right, let's finally get into AEW Dynamite, which last night was from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We mentioned the crowd a little bit at the start. What did you think overall about the crowd for last night?
Disappointing for a slave state, but fine. Loud at times, respectful mostly. It is what it is.
Makes sense. And we kicked off hot with FTR coming out to face the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, playing off of the match last week with Moxley and Dax. And this one, real quickly, got off to a hot start. Very hard hitting from both teams. We get quick tags as Moxley and Wheeler started out quick. It was Wheeler who wasn't backing down with Castagnoli trading uppercuts very early on. Moxley regrouped outside as they started brawling on the the outside. It became kind of like this frantic energy at that point. The first portion of this matchup actually featured FTR playing the heels, unlike what we saw last week, where Dax Harwood was firmly the babyface in his matchup with Jon Moxley. They played a little bit of heels, using some dirty tactics, using an abdominal stretch, and actually holding on at the same time, getting the leverage. Eventually, Jon Moxley would make the hot tag to Claudio Castagnoli, and in like 5 minutes, I realized why they made FTR the heels of the first half of this matchup. One, they were heading to a commercial break, and the second half would have BCC as the heel. And two, Claudio Castagnoli hot tag. Yeah, I don't blame you. Claudio Castagnoli hot tag is one of the best things ever. I just loved seeing him go around, hitting his European uppercuts, going from side to side, leaping off the apron and stuff like that. Hardwood was basically isolated in the second half of this matchup after taking a spike power driver on the floor. Moxley and Claudio battering him until he was able to make the hot tag to Cash Wheeler, who had a just as great hot tag coming in here, hitting some big moves. I just love how he's able to kind of hit like suplexes, and he moves really fast for a guy his size. Then the 15-minute call really kind of changed the whole perspective of this matchup. We get Claudio, he comes in, he gets the giant swing on Harwood, with Moxley doing the Tyson Kidd special drop kick from mid-revolution, but it was like he was doing double dutch because he waited for the right time. We get anvil and anvil elbows from Moxley, who switched to the bulldog choke. As he's doing that, Claudio grabs onto Wheeler, and he grabs a bulldog choke of his own. We're down to 2 minutes as Wheeler gets up on his feet and smashes Claudio into Moxley to break the hold. Harwood and Moxley start slugging it out until Harwood is able to get on a sharpshooter. Claudio tries to break it out of him and break Moxley out of it, but Wheeler jumps on his back. He eventually puts him down and gets him into the sharpshooter. They start trading slaps. They both let go as Harwood plants Castagnoli with a big power driver, but Moxley nearly stole a pin with a crucifix pin right at like 1930. We get the running of the ropes. Moxley is sent off the ropes. He's about to suffer the shatter machine. As they get him up, the bell rings, and we hit a 20-minute time limit draw. Really enjoyed how they hit that, as it feels like with AEW time limit draw, it's always guy hits the finisher, is going for the pin, and the bell rings. I like the fact that they got it right at mid move, so he wasn't even able to complete the finisher. Right at the post match, these two teams start brawling. The referees is trying to separate them. Securities comes out. They're pulled apart. The crowd is going wild. A very hot start to this show. A great match with a great finish. Like I said, post match, like I said, the brawl is escalating. As we go backstage, we're going to hear from FTR, who make a challenge to the BCC for Revolution. They say they don't have a match. So let's do it. It was like they're sick of them talking like they're the baddest dude in the town, and they're going to prove them wrong and shut them up at Revolution. BCC pulls up on them, gets in there, seemingly accepting the challenge. This was a great start to the show.
Agreed. I'm shocked so many people think it went long. I thought it was really good. It's the most I've enjoyed Jon Moxley in maybe forever. I can't believe how good FTR are. I was most impressed by Cash, ironically, in this match. It's usually Dax. Cash really impressed me in this match. And it felt like, I'm not going to say BCC met their match, but at the very least met worthy opponents in the kayfabe sense of the word. I like the pull-up brawl. So the Butcher in there. Butcher really stands out. He's a gigantic man. Push the Butcher.
Push the Butcher.
Push the Butcher. This is really good. I kind of wish we didn't cut away to do some Orange Cassidy shit. I kind of wish we just stayed. We went to commercial right after the brawl, came back, talked to FTR, and then got into whatever.
Yeah, you could have done that. You could have kept it all neat and together and have the Orange interview right after the FTR promo.
Yeah, whatever. Who are we? Tony Khan, the fucking creative genius. That's what he's doing. Fucking adult.
Hey, this was well done. I can't blame. I can't blame.
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Minor nitpick.
Yeah, the only thing that he was in charge of, he's not in charge of the wrestling part. He's not in charge of the brawling part. But the part that he's actually his job sucks. Shocking. Always on his neck. Gotta keep him to the fire. I know you're watching.
Always on his neck. I feel like Tony Khan is like a son who feels like he never can do anything right.
Fucking Harry
Like,
Osborn ass
goddamn.
motherfucker.
Yes. You are Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I get why some of you mad at the draw part. I mean, it is another draw. I'm not sure when the last one wasn't. The Hangman Swerve. Yeah,
Hangman
Jesus,
Swerve.
12 seconds ago. I
think you kind of have to. I think you kind of to establish that is a threat. I think that when he says like the 5-minute call, then you're gonna have that sense of urgency with the crowd, like, oh boy, here's another time limit draw, and then you can kind of play off of that with the crowd energy for your certain like long matches. I'm not necessarily against them doing the time limit draw so soon after, because I feel like they're establishing that that's a thing again.
How long since Hangman Swerve to the one before that? How long was it?
The one before that, I think, was Cole and MJF last summer.
Hey, come on. No, you can't do fucking 7 months apart and then do one back to back. You can't do it like that. No.
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
No, skip. Two matches on the pay-per-view are set up like this. That's heinous. That's heinous. Sorry. That's bad booking. Moxley can take a pin. What the fuck's the issue? He just beat fucking Dax last week. He can take the pin this week, and now we're 1-1, so to speak. Still this fucking match. But I assume that's going to win pay-per-view. So
yeah,
here's hoping.
Fingers crossed, right? Hopefully. But this was I thought this was well done. I didn't think it was too long. We got Power Driver Finisher, who said he did. He says, went too long for a new contest that you could have shaved off. If they're still doing the CMLL thing, this would have been the time to cut the match short at a 10-minute mark. I don't really agree with that. Yeah, I don't really agree with that argument. You didn't really make sense of that.
I get what you're saying, but like none of them are in CMLL.
Yeah, none of them are in CMLL. The CMLL thing was to set up their match in CMLL. It's already set up, so that they'll get to that in CMLL. That was to do that. Now they're setting up the pay-per-view. So like if they're still doing CML thing, they're not. Like they are focused on FTR now. They're doing the FTR thing.
Are we done with them, by the way? Once this pay-per-view is over, the CMLL pay-per-view is over?
No, I think CMLL is gonna. That's the partnership now, so we're gonna see more talent from the CMLL. But hopefully, they have a better plan than having them lose over and over again to the BCC. We got Frantic World who says this was a really good tag team match. We got Ace who says this match was really good. We got Steven Chambers who says enjoyed the FTR versus BCC match. Butcher and Christopher Daniels trying to stop the brawl. Match for Revolution going to be awesome. Maybe no DQ or no time limit. I do think they should add a stipulation.
Oh yeah, certainly. I don't know what it would be though. No DQ. I don't know. I don't know what I want to see. I honestly couldn't tell you.
But Annika, like I said, she says, I love a good hoss fight, man, but they got to properly space out the time limit draws. They have. They just the first time they've ever done a time limit draw 2 weeks apart. You say that I'm pointing this out because you're saying it like they regularly have time limit draws. Like the way you just said that, they gotta properly space it out. They do. They just the one occasion they didn't.
You sound like fucking drama. I forget, it's in the first season of Entourage where he goes, I've worked steadily the last 15 years outside the last 3. Well, yeah, you're not working steadily, sir. I don't know that's not how that works. They did it right up until now. Yeah. And they didn't put the fucking how far apart is Dragon Omega and Dragon Hangman? Those 2 draws.
September, December.
That's fair. I like this line.
Yeah. We got ALW who says it's an AEW trilogy of draws. We need one more. Who's gonna complete the trilogy? It needs to happen. It needs to happen
4 or 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks. Otherwise, it doesn't qualify. Sorry. Give me 4 or 5.
Gotta be 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Jeff Valley Driver says BCC will lose in Mexico. Yeah, more likely. I do think so. Yeah. He said, good point, Jeff Valley Driver. He said that's why Yuta is in that match. Yes. was like, we want you to come back.
Ooh.
We want you to come back from injury just to lose this match in Mexico.
Goddamn shame.
Big Man Does says maybe AEW should have a 15-minute time limit so that the urgency about the time limit is more common.
Yes. Sold. It didn't take much. Sold. All these matches go.
I like 20 minutes. I like 20 minutes.
Should be a 10
I think that is a good thing for like a division. Like in New Japan, Zack Sabre Jr. with the new NJPW World Television Championship. That title has a 15-minute time limit. So that it creates that sense of urgency like that. If you want to do all TV matches, 15-minute time limit, yeah, that would be something. I wouldn't mind that.
We're gonna do the international champion has a 10-minute time limit. I do not need to see fucking Orange Cassidy and fucking generic wrestler 6 have a 20-minute match. I don't.
I fucks with it.
Sold.
I'm with it. And especially if Rajik's gonna win the title. Imagine Rajik with like a 10-minute time limit.
Ooh.
Just having bangers in like 9 minutes.
Yes, please. Not so much.
Ace saying 2 out of 3 falls for Mox and Claudio versus FTR. I don't think it's at that.
I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck because I want to give Mox the handicap of a violent match, but he goes overboard for me quite a bit. The shit in his head and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah,
by the way,
Annika is right. Yeah, it was Claudio and Danielson in the C2 was the last time limit draw in December.
That's more of like a fucking.
Yeah, that was like an outlier. Like I don't even consider that in the same universe.
Yeah,
it was like bubble. That was all done in Magneto's kind of like within the AEW universe, where like I said, I feel the last time limit draw in the same sense of the last 2 that we got was Cole and MJF.
Let me ask you a question, and it could just be my fucking. I'm tired of seeing him wrestle. I've said it for like 6 months now. But watching that tag match last night, is Jon Moxley the most unathletic person on the planet? Like I'm just watching him compared to the other 3 guys who are not like, well, Claudio is, but these aren't like
Cash is athletic. I was gonna say that about Cash, as you mentioned that he was the best part of this matchup for you. I feel Dax Harwood can work as a heel or a babyface. I feel that Cash Wheeler, though, is the better babyface out of FTR. He feels like he is excelling at being a babyface. He comes in, he can do the hot tag portion. He's great at being the babyface in peril. Like, Cash is, like, thriving ever since they turned babyface.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I think you're on something. I don't know if it ever happened because the second best member of the group, but if not, hey, I wouldn't mind a little babyface one for Cash.
Yeah. I also like the fact that they want to be a career tag team. That's pretty cool.
He did a suicide dive. Did you see that suicide dive? The nigga runs in slow motion. This shit is wild. You look at it like from a distance, you go, he's 6, whatever. He's in good shape. He's lean. You watch him run. It's like oh.
I just don't understand like why he sells like he's a giant. Like, he sounds like he can never like do like the outside. Like there was one part, I think it was right before he made the hot tag to Claudio. He like takes a move, gets up, he like sits up, he's looking at Claudio. Claudio's reaching for the tag, and he goes, oh. That's his way of selling. After you just sat up, after you took the move, like it's like you sat up and you're still selling. He is still selling. He's not like completely no selling. It's just his form of selling is weird to me because I've never seen a guy that's relatively a regular sized guy in comparison to everybody else, but he's selling it like he's the monster.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. I mean, you should stop. Don't blame me. But it's just, yo. Rolls out.
Oh my god. Yeah, I love Mox. I love Mox. Yes, it really is that. It really is that monster heel. It's a monster heel selling for a guy who's been babyface most of the time. Like, It's like it takes me aback sometimes.
It's jarring. But listen, hey man, best 2-minute promo in the business. Top mic worker, solid character, positives.
I like him and Claudio as a tag team. Because I
do.
Anytime they team up together, I just remember all those great matches Shield had with the Bar back in 2017.
Oh man, I actually went back and watched those. Those are really good.
So good, so good. That was like people were fooled to think tag team wrestling was back in WWE. Like, they were that
By the
good.
way, hot take. I'm not sure if it's a hot take. I don't know what everybody's take is. The Shield might be the perfect finish to a group ever. Didn't overstay its welcome. They did everything you could possibly do, and then it was over. It was done. It's great. Fantastic. I don't count the reunions.
It's their greatest call-up of this generation. It's their greatest group of this generation. The greatest breakup of this generation. Like,
It's just really good. I just
Yeah.
really enjoyed the way they did it. Props to you, Vince.
well done, because the story is still continuing. The story is still being done, and now the story is a part of a WrestleMania build. That Rollins promo, man, I still can't get over how good that shit was. That Rollins.
Seth
promo.
Rollins. What?
Exactly. You
A
were
good Seth Rollins promo?
like a year ago. I would have said you were the third best out of the Shield members on promo.
Jesus. Never.
Roman's good. Roman got
Roman was obviously number one. Yeah.
Moxley was number one at one point. Like a year and a half ago, he was number one.
He's never been better than Roman ever.
Yes,
At
yes.
anything.
On the mic,
No
yes,
disrespect.
yes.
No disrespect, sir.
That's
On the
ridiculous.
mic. You know, I
That's
apologize.
That's ridiculous.
Apologies. Yes. You're the best promo. Well, one of the best promos in the business. I apologize. Overall, he's never been better than Roman. Stop it.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about overall. I'm talking about on the mic. That's what I said. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sticking to that. Big Man Dog saying, and the Shield actually was a draw if you look at the stats. Yeah. They sold
Indeed.
a whole bunch of merch. Everybody had those Hounds of Justice t-shirts and shit. Man, there was proper draws.
A proper draw.
Indeed. Oh, word! Forbidden Door at Arthur Ashe in June? What, has this been announced or is this like a rumor? I'm about to check online.
He said like it's fact, so
Yeah, he said it like it's a fact. Like it's just been announced. I'm about to check because Romeo, we don't appreciate misinformation in the chat.
Andrew Zarian, is he important?
What
See, Andrew
Oh,
Zarian.
Andrew Zarian. Yeah. Andrew Zarian he's definitely got his sources in AEW, and he has been on the money with a bunch of his reports. And yeah, just looked it up on Twitter. Andrew Zarian just tweeted out AEW will hold the Forbidden Door pay-per-view at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City this June.
Congrats to all of you. Windows the only pay-per-view I actively skip. Somebody send me a link, I'll be like, no, thank you. Pass on that. Thank you.
You actively don't watch it?
Actively skip it. I go out of my way to not watch it. I'm not interested in fucking other people. Sorry. I watch this show every week, if you don't
You're
mind.
so ridiculous. You're so
Sorry.
ridiculous.
Sir, I can't stress how much I'm here for the... I've seen every episode of Dynamite except one. You know which one it is?
Which one?
It's the fucking Brody Lee fucking special. It's not a story. It's a tribute. I don't need to see it. R.I.P. to Brody Lee.
It's one of the greatest tribute shows of all time.
Put my show back on. Thank you.
Get my show. Renee Paquette is backstage with the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy and runs down the recent history between Best Friends and the Kingdom, along with Cassidy's matches along the way, including his last week's Texas Death Match. Then after that, he flew to the UK to promote Wembley Stadium and stopped over at Rev Pro to defend the AEW International Championship in a 7-way matchup, then fly back over here to be at Dynamite and replace Trent Beretta in a matchup against Mike Bennett. Renee turns to the doctor, who she asks if he's clear, and he says, unfortunately or fortunately, Cassidy has met minimal medical clearance, so he's cleared to compete. Paquette said that's insane, but the doctor said what he said, and Cassidy says that he is minimally cleared, and with Trent Beretta apparently not cleared, Cassidy says he'll take the match with Mike Bennett, which was up next. And then right before that matchup, we got footage of the Rev Pro show and Cassidy showing up in Wembley Stadium and the crazy week he's had defending the AEW International Championship.
Who's in charge of fucking? I guess it'd be Dummy too. What the fuck? Why are we getting two of the same thing back to back? Should we do this together? Shouldn't while fucking she's talking, we should be showing what the fuck is going on?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Pre-tape.
Most incompetent fucking. Oh, whatever. Positive. We're still having a good show. Positive.
Positivity all around you. Big Man does say Jimmy is gonna bring a pink glow stick for Aminu at Forbidden Door.
Why do you think I want it to be pink? What am I, Swerve? I don't care what color it is. Much.
Jesus Christ! Like, how many of these do you have?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
That's what he said to Tony Khan, Red Velvet Show. Jesus! How many of these things do you have?
What?
What?
The fuck is this? Another one? I'm sorry.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Explain yourself, Swerve. We're waiting for our explanation. I am, at the very least.
No one else.
Swerve.
No
I
one
want to
else.
like Swerve. I can't like Swerve. Fucking Uncle Ruckus. I don't like Uncle Ruckus. I wouldn't like Swerve. Explain yourself, sir.
Hey, I loved Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus was my favorite character.
But you do. We've seen your wife.
Wow. How dare!
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
AEWramble is now a solo show. I am here by myself.
And the mulatto children.
You should have never gave this. Why we have him here? Like, this guy's he's insane. Uncle Ruckus is crazy. Yes. More Jimmy. You've got people. You're up to 6. I didn't even know. At this point. Is something wrong with your mic? Did you knock your mic out? Did you knock your mic out? There you go. I hear you now. We got Romeo who says Grand Slam will still happen, but will take place at a smaller stadium, 14K near Arthur Ashe, Louis Armstrong Stadium. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Sure.
I mean,
wherever you can sell tickets, feel free.
Yeah, as long as you can sell tickets. Yeah. We got a super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate it.
Jesus.
You don't know shit!
We got Will who says they should change Forbidden Door name to AEW and Friends because we got all NJPW friends, big stars, and CMLL taking L's to us.
That's a fair point, sir. It's a very fair point. But whatever, listen. Should I say that? Yeah, sure. This is what they signed up for. If you sign up for and you get treated like shit, that's exactly what happens. I mean, unless you're being treated like shit by Vince, then I guess you could sue. But otherwise, you know what you signed up for.
I think getting treated like shit by Vince is something totally different than what y'all are describing about Tony Khan. Gonna leave that alone. And we got Annika says, sweet Lord, I stepped away and Jimmy got 4 more disclaimers. What happened?
I finally woke up. I'm in a good mood.
We got Christopher Kidd who says, it's the mulatto double down for me, bruh. Jimmy must be stopped.
I'm sorry. His insults, not really insults. His talking to Jasmine is always my favorite part.
Yeah, you mulatto baby. We got a mulatto baby.
Come here, you little half and half. I was like, yo, fuck, this is hilarious.
He's the best character. I'm sorry.
Stop it. Don't do that, Scale.
It's either him or Huey. I mean, it's a toss.
There you go.
It's a toss-up.
Jesus.
AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy had a non-title match next against the Undisputed Kingdom's Mike Bennett, and this was similar to the matchup last week with Taven. Not as good as the one with Taven, but this was really Orange Cassidy kind of giving the platform for the member of Undisputed Kingdom to shine. Very early on, he started going after Mike Bennett, attacking him during his entrance, bringing him into the ring, stomping the hell out of him. He leveled Taven with a Superman punch, hit a stun dog millionaire and a spinning DDT, but Roderick Strong hit the ring, distracted the referee long enough for Bennett to hit his punch in the dick and then the power driver for a close near fall. During the entire commercial break, Bennett really dominated this matchup. So then he gets on commentary, joins the commentary team.
What?
And just is talking trash over there. Like he thinks he's the damn Rock or something. This allowed Cassidy to recover. He hits a big dive on the outside, then brings Bennett back into the ring. But Bennett responds with a spine buster on the apron and a DVD on the floor. But Cassidy comes back. He hits a big desperation orange punch. He follows up with a big dive on the outside back into the ring. Bennett hits a got-style power driver for a near fall, multiple roaring punches, drops Cassidy, who countered a third power driver attempt into the beach break for the 1-2-3 to pick up the win here. Orange Cassidy beats another member of the Undisputed Kingdom. Right as the bell sounds, Matt Taven is finally recovered. He hits the ring along with Roderick Strong to attack Orange Cassidy. They're going for the flying knee when Oklahoma's own Jake Hager comes out to a big hometown pop. He comes out to make the save for Orange Cassidy, taking the care of Undisputed Kingdom until they decide to fight another day. And then he helps up Orange Cassidy as Hager and Cassidy are now best friends, I guess. What? Huh? Roderick Strong will verse Jake Hager on Rampage. Okay.
Ass. This whole thing's ass. Throw this whole fucking thing away. Jake Hager's when I fucking got up and disannounced. I was shocked by all of this. This match was heinous. That fucking spot where they do beach break, power driver, beach break, power. In this fucking match. What the fuck are we doing? Not Matt David. Bennett gets on commentary. You fucking serious? Oh, now he's a fucking Mr. Charismatic over here. Are you fucking kidding me? And then Jake Hager for the save. We went from BCC versus FTR to this shit. Immediately, we're back where we started. We're back at zero. We were up, and now we're back at zero somehow. I don't know how this fucking show continues to disappoint me. Expectations already low.
I thought this was fine until Jake Hager came out. I was like, what are we doing? Oh, it's Oklahoma. Okay. That's how I felt. Jesus fucking Christ. I thought Bennett looked all right here. It was a fine match. Steven Chambers and Oklahoma here. Jake Hager for the save. We got Trey Jones who says Mike Bennett got a match on Dynamite. Character.
Gotta make your minutes count.
Gotta make it count. Jake Hager says looks like orange on growth hormone. Are they going to repackage him into Pomalo Cassidy?
Hey, what the fuck? Somebody else had let go. Jake Hager. Sorry.
Big Man Dog says
Big Man Dog's hilarious.
So bad that I liked it.
Jesus. Shocking. What the fuck?
I'm not surprised by Big Man Dogs at all. Renee Paquette is backstage with Cool Hand Angelo Parker and asking him about his date tonight with Ruby Soho. Parker is excited when Ruby walks in wearing her dress. As Parker asks if she's ready to go, a car pulls up and she says, "Oh, how nice. You got a car for us?" And he says, "No, actually, I got a lift." But arriving at the building, it was none other than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I like this segment here because it kind of makes everything look like it's in the same universe. I like that. That was a nice little kind of point of reference and it was very short. Then we come back from commercial break and Renee Paquette is backstage and she interviews Ric Flair. She asks him about Sting's final match at Revolution and Ric Flair is surprisingly somber. He says that he doesn't care who likes it. He felt upset. He's not a bigger part of things. Flair isn't upset at Sting, but disappointed. He hasn't been around for what, 3-4 weeks? So you know what he's going to do? He's going to explore some options. Flair walks away from Renee and knocks on a mysterious door, and out walks the Young Bucks. He asks them if they have any time to talk, and they welcome him in, but close the door on the camera. What did you think about somber Flair here coming up and approaching the Young Bucks after admitting that he has been disappointed that he hasn't been more a part of Sting's retirement? I mean, booking Flair to betray Sting is probably the most important, probably the most appropriate thing to book in the build-up to Sting's final match.
I must say, every time is strong. And I know it's popular. They hate on Ric Flair, and well deserved. He's still really good at whatever fucking age he is. I just buy everything he does. Here he felt. I wasn't sure if he just wandered in randomly, like off the fucking.
Like it took me a few seconds to be like, is this real? Like it felt real for a second. Like he's really giving his real feelings.
I was like, I thought he'd be part of it, but the way he was talking to Renee, like, it's just Flair's really good. He's always been really good. He was great before. Now he's still really good. Wow. And then meeting up with the Bucks, I liked all this. I enjoyed all this. This might have been this. Well, we got some follow stuff to talk about later. But as far as short segments go, this was the segment of the night for me. It was great.
This was very well done because it could go either way. You could legitimately see it going the way of Flair being upset and being in the Bucks corner at Revolution. You could go as far as that, and then he betrays the Bucks to turn and go with Sting, and that'll be kind of like the juxtaposition of Sting's entire career of Flair turning for him instead of against him. Or you can have
later, Sting's still an idiot.
Or you could have Sting, this is all a ploy by Flair to get with the Young Bucks to get revenge for Sting. There's so many different ways you can go with it. I like it.
Very true.
Adds to the story very well.
Oh.
We do have another super chat donation from the one, the only Trey Jones. Thank you so much, Trey. He says simply, boo, boo, Ric Flair, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato.
Listen.
Wait. Hold on. Gotta give him this gift.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy.
Seriously, wasn't that good? Wasn't that a good promo? Wasn't that a good segment? Isn't Ric Flair the GOAT, even if you don't like him? Sorry. I know you want it to be fucking... Who do people like? I was going to say John Cena, but that's out the window.
Foley.
Yeah, you want to be Mick Foley or somebody. Come on, man. It's Ric Flair. It's been Ric Flair for a long while now. Sorry to get the news to you.
Big Man Dog says, banger after banger, I'm all for somber Flair.
Yes. Great. You feel like a character that stepped into a different show.
Yo, if they start calling him Richard, oh my God. Oh my God. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson with Richard Flair.
Spelled properly. F-L-E-I-H-R, I think.
Yes. Go all the way. Go all the way with this. Oh man. And like I said, it's your fault. You're not more involved, Mr. Any 20 and below chicks come to my dressing room after the show. He did say that on here.
He did. It's a terrible thing to say. It didn't happen. I mean, maybe some ugly chicks, 18 to 20, that decided to make a move, but come on, who wants Ric Flair at 70, whatever fucking age he is? He looks worse by the day, by the way. I'm really concerned.
Oh man, I thought ever since the Bucks were returned, I thought we're gonna get Ric Flair taking the double super kick at the very least. Flair's gonna tell them I want to take the super kick.
Yeah, Flair loves the spotlight. I'm sure he will want to do just about anything. Sure.
EVP trigger? Sure. Give it to me. Give it to me. So what's
they just hit the fucking trigger on a 75-year-old man. Actually, it's the EVP trigger. Thank you, Excalibur.
So is Flair Mr. Freeze? I'm trying to think. In our Batman universe of Sting, we know Tony Schiavone is Alfred. We know Darby Allin is Robin. Who's Flair? Because I've already been putting people together. Like I have in my head, Vader is Bane. Because Flair would be, in my eyes, he would be the Joker. He would be the main villain for our Batman. But Joker never turned and joined up with Batman. Right. So I would say Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze is good. Calling him Poison Ivy feels weird.
Calling him Catwoman or Poison Ivy, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, Catwoman was probably the best one, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, Freeze is good. Two-Face, quite literally, that's good.
I forgot. I already had someone else as Two-Face, but yeah, Two-Face would make sense too for Flair.
Stop it.
No, he can't be because he's on his side. Who's Commissioner Gordon? Well, it was at one point JJ Dillon. Now it's Tony Khan. It's Commissioner Gordon's son. He's lived long enough. Yeah, that's what I said. That was the one that like came to my mind. I forgot who I had. I had another Sting enemy as Two-Face if I didn't have Flair. I think I did have Flair as Two-Face though, but Mr. Freeze seems to work better. But speaking of great villains, we have to talk about someone who might be facing a great villain. As next up, Tony Schiavone introduces us to Daniel Garcia, who comes to the ring for a chat following his match with Adam Copeland last week on Dynamite. Tony Schiavone makes the announcement that it will be Daniel Garcia challenging Christian Cage for the TNT Championship at Revolution, and that Adam Copeland is unable to compete after the attack from Christian Cage last week. For Garcia getting that shot, the fans chant, "You deserve it," and Garcia thanks the fans. He says a few months ago, he was at his lowest on his losing streak, but at the end of the Continental Classic, all he needed was 3 seconds, and winning his final match changed his life. Every time he got down on himself, the fans picked him up, and Garcia thanks them for restoring his confidence, for restoring the feeling. Garcia said that he was about to make Copeland tap out last week and promises that won't be the last time they'll see one another. And he says the next time that Copeland sees him, he'll be the TNT champion, which brings him to Christian Cage. But then the music of the Patriarch hits, and out comes the Patriarchy along with the TNT champion Christian Cage, who says that Adam Copeland will never have another shot at the TNT title. And the only reason Garcia was in harm's way last week was because of Copeland. Cage said that he doesn't believe he should face Garcia at Revolution, not because Garcia didn't earn it, but he's just not ready. Cage said that Garcia's constant distractions like dancing and catering to the fans is what will keep him from being great. He says while he's distracted with being the greatest TNT champion of all time. Cage then says that he also knows that Garcia has a dark childhood. And he brings up that he knows a certain Jackie Garcia from Buffalo who was married to a David Garcia from Buffalo. And David Garcia just happens to be Daniel's father. And he just so happened to be informed that your father is dead. He says that it would be such a fairy tale ending for Garcia to win the TNT title in tribute to his father. But they both know his father was a piece of crap, loser, alcoholic who never cared about him anyway. Unlike his father, though, Cage doesn't want to hurt Garcia. He wants to see him realize his full potential. He wants to be there for Daniel Garcia. Actually, at Revolution, he doesn't even want to be Garcia's opponent. He wants to be his father. I was waiting for it. But when he's hit, every time he hits the line, it works. It works every single fucking time. Garcia says that if Cage ever mentions his mother again, he says that he promises that since Cage likes to bring up his father, he says, come to the ring right now, and he'll put Cage in the ground right next to him. That was a great comeback. And the crowd got behind him with that. But without saying a word, Nick Wayne comes down to the ring, but he's immediately kind of taken aback by Garcia, who locks on the Dragon Tamer. Killswitch is then given the signal to go down to the ring, but Daddy Magic Matt Menard attacks him from behind with a steel chair, standing him off while the Patriarchy stands outside. Finally, he lets go of the Dragon Tamer. He grabs a steel chair and they stare off with each other. I love this segment. This was a great segment that really gave a boost for this TNT title match coming up at Revolution.
First of all, I'm very happy it's not triple threat. Is that actually hurt, or this was all in story?
Story.
Very glad it's not a triple threat match. Very pleased. I didn't want to see it. I gotta be honest. I would usually say keep the belt on Christian, but we have false triggered Daniel Garcia several times at this point. I think we kind of need to pull the trigger here. If we're gonna do it, give it a shot. It doesn't work. But pull the fucking trigger at least.
And he feels more over than even then.
Shocking.
At this point, it feels more organic, and it's not a part of the other people involved in the story.
It's him and his stupid dance, which I enjoy. I just against my better judgment, I just do. Though I don't think it needs to be on his fucking Titantron, or whatever the fuck it's called. That looks so awkward. It's just weird. What is this, Blade Runner? This is so weird. Christian is, listen, I keep waiting to grow sick of his dad thing. It should be tired at this point. He throws out every fucking promo. It should be stale and lame and whatever. Low hanging fruit and cheap heat and them. I enjoy it every time, and I'm shocked every time. It's like, all right. Awesome.
He said David Garcia that lives at an address, and then when people looked up the address, it was a graveyard. It's a cemetery.
Yo, what? This man is the menace. This was really good. Christian's always really good. Always. I don't care what. Everything. And by the way, always stumbles on his words. Always cleans it up nice. Always blames the audience.
He always blames the crowd. It seems like he does. Like at this point, you're doing it on purpose. Like you're doing it on purpose. Like you can't mess up that many times and just smoothly be able to blame it on the fans.
Oh, he's so good. I'm so happy Christian's back on Dynamite. I've missed you, sir.
Stephen Chambers says, "Who's Scarecrow? Vampiro."
Christ, we're really gonna go into this
Vampiro.
30 years of thing.
I got a quick answer. Vampiro. That matches up. Vampiro. There you go. We got Frantic Road who says Christian Cage was so wild for what he did and said last night. Stephen Chambers says Christian promo awesome, father of the year. Yo, he has to get it. You have to at least give him one more AEW world title program after his work with the TNT title.
Against Joe?
Not against Joe.
Or against Swerve.
Probably when Swerve is the champion and like he needs a top heel to face.
What's Swerve's father situation? I hope his father's alive, so just so Christian can say your father's dead. He's like, no, he's not.
Like what? Like all confused. Like I thought I did my proper research. Big Man Dog says Christian is the Murray of dead parents. We got he says Christian's promo was absolute money. They gave Frantic Girl says, yeah, Christian gave out the address on X. Wow. Like, hey, I heard your dad's dead. Nice talking to you.
And he never rushes. Ever. He never rushes. He always fucking holds the bomb like it's going to be big news to all of us, even though we know exactly what's coming. You have a father, long pause, like we don't know what the fuck he's about to say. And your father is dead.
And your father is dead. It's like he always sets it up very perfect. It's very perfect. Backstage, we go to Renee Paquette, who is with the participants in tonight's main event, Hangman Adam Page, Rob Van Dam, and Hook. She asks them about the main event matchup, and Page starts talking. He says, tonight is full of opportunities, as Hook can get revenge on Samoa Joe for losing that match for him. RVD can get revenge on Swerve Strickland, who you had him beat, and we wouldn't even be in this situation if you would have beat him to begin with. RVD wasn't happy about it because he said Prince Nana was supposed to be there, and I heard he might have something that I'm interested in.
Oh my God.
That was great stuff. A frustrated Page just cuts him off. He storms out. I love Page trying to be like the team captain, but just being totally toxic at the same time. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it is. I remember hearing RVD promos, him complaining about how WWE always made him a pothead. And here we are. Whatever.
When he's left to his own devices, he makes a podcast.
When he left his own devices, that's also what he chooses. Oh, thank you, sir.
I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna front. I enjoyed it.
It was fine.
And I always am a big proponent of at least one promo to hype your main event. And I was waiting for it. I was like, are they gonna do this again? Because the last couple of weeks, I don't think they've done that as far as like promo. Last week, we pointed that out with the Texas Death Match, that there wasn't a promo for Orange or Taven before the main event, and that would have made it better. But
would it?
Yeah, would have got more people invested.
So Matt Taven, I don't think his mother's not invested.
Hey, he had the match of his life. Come on, you gave him,
So
credit
what?
last week, but now you're shit on him.
So what? It's still not a Dynamite main event. I don't give a fuck how much work you put into Goldust and Colorado. It's not a Dynamite main event. Sorry.
Next up,
what was the other two? Oh, that's not important.
Mercedes Martinez versus Deanna Purrazzo. AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm is out next. She's going one-on-one with Sydney Winnell. Yes, she's versing a jobber, folks. She is now. I love that. Did you hear her introduction as she's now hailing from Stage 7 at Warner Studios?
They did that before. You didn't realize?
I just noticed it last week, but I had it in my notes this week. She rushed the ring. She rushes Winnell right at the bell. She gets a big Luthes press, starts laying in the punches. She connects with a corner splash, a running bulldog. She puts her in the corner. Sweet cheek music. Storm Zero. But instead of going for break a leg, which she initially does, she transitions and applies the Venus de Milo right out of the playbook of Deanna Purrazzo, getting the submission victory here. Toni Storm celebrates after the matchup. Luther carries her from the ring, but then the music of Deanna Purrazzo hit, and we get another tip of the hat to the AEW new production staff, because this is just brilliant. This was just great. The fact that they keep getting it on the fly, and that I thought this shot was phenomenal here. But let's talk about the next matchup anyway, because Deanna Purrazzo was out for a one-on-one matchup going against Madison Rayne. This was Madison Rayne's first match in AEW in a little over a year. They talked about her history with Deanna Purrazzo being a mentor to Purrazzo when she was very young in her career. Unfortunately, that did not translate into a good matchup. This was not a good matchup. This felt very slow and kind of stilted in its delivery. It felt like Madison Rayne was a little bit rusty in the ring. And then it just felt like they just did not work well together, because we had that final spot where Deanna Purrazzo went for a usual flatliner. And I don't know if Madison Rayne thought she was going to take a Spanish fly, but she takes a full-on head bump right into the mat. Oh, Jesus. Deanna Purrazzo looks like she's going to go for Venus de Milo, but pulls a trick out of Toni Storm's book and applies the break a leg to get the submission victory. Post-match, as Deonna Purrazzo is celebrating, Toni Storm comes out with the shoe and goes to attack her. She misses, but then she's distracted. She's distracted by Luther and Mariah May, so Toni Storm takes advantage, locks on break a leg, locks on the submission, and then afterwards, she slides over to one side of the ring. Deonna slides over to the other. We get the black and white color spot once again as Toni Storm wildly, for no reason, applies makeup excessively.
Oh.
Overall, I thought this was fine. I thought the Toni
What?
I'm saying overall, all of this, Toni Storm into the Deonna Purrazzo. The point of this is just fine. It's to build up the matchup, and it's also to get across the point that Deonna Purrazzo is actually facing wrestlers on the AEW roster, while Timeless Toni Storm is trying to do the same thing, but facing people that aren't on the AEW roster, basically jobbers. I like the shots with the black and white and the color, but my God, that Deonna Purrazzo Madison Rayne match was one of the worst. I think it will go down as one of the worst matches of the year for AEW.
Oh, certainly. That's why this overall thing can't be fine. Wasn't that, how long was that match? 8 minutes?
That was like 6 minutes, I think. 6-7 minutes.
How long was the overall segment? 10?
Altogether, like 12 minutes.
Boy. I know, first of all, I knew it was going to happen. You told me there was two women's matches on Dynamite. I didn't judge it first. I asked you, what are they, sir? I really didn't know. I was curious. Motherfucker said in action. Thank you. I got it. I'll take him here. He's going to be 2 back-to-back squashes. And it wasn't. It was one outrageous squash and one match that should have been. Holy shit. That was awful to watch. I feel bad for. I don't feel bad strong. No, feel bad's right. I feel bad for everybody involved. That was awful to watch.
I definitely feel bad for Deonna Purrazzo.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what did we say? Wait, last week or 2 weeks ago, Thunder Rosa had that match with what's her face? That was 2 weeks ago. I feel how long it was. Thunder Rosa and was the Queen? No. Who's fought on?
No, they had a good
Red
match.
Velvet. Red Velvet.
Yeah, Red Velvet.
Yeah, I know it was somebody black.
Gotta stop this, sir. Stop.
You said we gotta blame both sides.
Yes,
equally. Not equally, but both sides. And Madison Rayne, I don't think she's been very impressive since she's been here in AEW. I don't know whose fault that is. Deonna Purrazzo hasn't impressed me since she's been here either, to be completely honest with you. Sorry, Charlie. Not in the ring, not on. Well, the match seems fine. As a babyface, she leaves quite a bit to be desired. In fact, in character, she's kind of an awful person. Like your friend is clearly having a mental breakdown. You're just worried about taking her shit. That's outrageous. And then you mock her for it. You got to beat her up. You do this to any and everybody. In character, you're kind of a piece of shit, man. Sorry. You're kind of awful.
Yo, I was like, why would you make that the move of the night? Why would that? What did you do? She DDT'd herself. I was so confused by that.
What does Tony know? Oh, yeah, stiff work right there.
Stiff work rate. Power Driver Finisher said they use all the women's time for both women and one storyline. I'm not going to say they're doing better with the. I would say they're doing better with the women's booking. This was not an example of it.
They're doing better. Like you can only compare it to what they've done in the past. What they've done in the past has been awful. This is just fine.
Fine is better than awful. Yes, that's how that works. We got Power Driver Finisher says because Deonna is actually a good wrestler and their matches seem like squash most of the time, mostly because they do a commercial break within them. I think the matchup and the match with Taya I thought was good. I thought that was the best work she did, especially with the finish.
But this is like I wonder how many of you are going off rep. It's like when FTR first showed up and Cash was like, "This is a great tag team right here. You gotta see fucking FTR." Then he went for 2 weeks or 2 months. It was like, these niggas are very average. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm watching them average. And then they've picked up after that. And I love FTR. But I can only go by what I'm seeing. And right now, she's all right. She's fine.
Yeah.
If she's your number 2, you in deep shit. How's that?
This is still the best storyline they've done for the women and the most effort they put into a women's storyline.
In a long while, certainly. Yes.
Then I thought, as far as like the promos on the night, because this was a pretty promo heavy, it was one of the next 2 segments that was my pick for promo of the night. First, we would hear comments from Darby Allin and Sting. Darby Allin mentions material objects we chase, we think define us, but don't mean a thing. Allin shows some photos of Sting's sons with their dad at the same age. He says that his sons in this picture were the same age as the Young Bucks children are right now. Darby said the only thing that matters in the end is family. Then Sting walks into the shot, and this is where he just cooked here, in my opinion. He says in all of his years in wrestling, no one has ever messed with his family until the Bucks. He says that a lot has been going on over the last week for his family. He says, including, his sons, the Young Bucks, but he also, just over 7 days ago, he lost his father, which makes him think about his own mortality. Sting used to think he was invincible, but time catches up to everyone, catching up with himself for sure. Sting realizes he's not invincible, but realizes everything he has left in him. He's bringing the revolution. The Bucks have a fight on their hands, and the fight of their lives is showtime. Yo, this felt like one of the best promos of Sting's career. This felt like very believable, intense, and emotional, all at the same time.
It was fucking great. Rest in peace to his dad, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he's here this week to talk. He did a great job with it. I thought this was the great channeling of real life emotions. I don't know if I'm looking forward to their match, but I am looking forward to the rest of this story. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, and I'm so glad they actually told Darby, you should probably talk about him attacking Sting's son this week. I'm glad they told him that. Glad they told him. I'm glad Sting told him. He needs Batman around. Robin can't focus on the right things when Batman's not around.
How are we not blaming the Bucks for this? Aren't they the EVPs?
What?
Aren't they the EVPs? Isn't this their story? I mean, you can't go out there and talk about shit that they've done in the past without their permission, right? I would imagine. You're not going to call Darby empty-headed dumb fuck, are we? No, I assume this was all planned. So everybody takes the blame.
Yeah, like I said, Sting. I don't know. Like I can't think of any like famous Sting promos. This feels like the best work of his career.
It's a very nice way to put it. I can't think of any famous Sting promos. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, sure. We'll go that way.
I feel like his best promo work was back in like TNA, not even WCW.
Sting's not a promo guy.
No,
at all.
The best run of his career was when he was quiet for 2 years. When he didn't say a word for 2 years.
Agreed.
But yeah, so that says Sting promo was cooking last night. He waited to the last couple of weeks to cut the best promo of his career. imagine like fucking it's like Kobe Bryant if he dropped like 82 in that last game.
That would be wild. Very fair.
We got Christopher Kidd said Undertaker and Sting both lost their fathers right before their retirement matches. Wow.
Jesus.
That's morbid. Tony Schiavone is in the ring and he introduces the Undisputed Kingdom's Wardlow. Wardlow walks out pissed off. He tells Tony Schiavone to get the hell out of his ring before he knocks him on his old ass again. Wardlow then says that 2 years ago, thousands of people were chanting his name in a manner that hasn't been heard or seen in decades. But apparently, the rocket strapped to his back was put on upside down as he's been screwed time after time again. Wardlow said, you think the one homegrown megastar would have been a champion a long time ago, but he hasn't ever even received a world title shot. Something people in the back should be thrown in jail for. Wardlow brought up the best in the world and the real world's champion, whose body is still falling apart ever since he beat his ass. Wardlow then brings up our former champion that he squashed like no one else has ever before as well. And finally, Wardlow mentions choking Samoa Joe out just a little over a year ago and how suits and shiny belts look better on him than the king. Wardlow said that he's the uncrowned king of AEW, and it's time he starts eating like one because he's starving, as he's everything a world champion is supposed to be. If anyone wants to get in his way, this is no longer wrestling. This is war. Jesus Christ, back-to-back best promos of somebody's career. I've never seen that. I think that's the first in any wrestling company. I've never seen back-to-back people having the best promo of their career. Someone who's been around for 4 or 5 decades and a guy that's been here 4 or 5 months or years. But like, it's just like, yo, Wardlow, this was a totally different delivery from his promos, a whole totally different type of intensity. Him bringing up, Punk and MJF, I like that. They are a part of the history of not only this company, they're a part of his history. He did be. That was the big moment where people were like, maybe Wardlow is a main eventer when he beat CM Punk's ass like that. I remember the podcast that we did after that episode where you were like, yeah, the Wardlow tear needs to come quick at that point when he had that match with Punk. So, like, I love him bringing that up. I love him bringing up his history with MJF, his history with Samoa Joe, and this one promo, you have to, at this point, have him win whatever he's doing at Revolution, which we'll get to in a bit here. And then you have to have him get a title shot. You have to have him in a title program with the winner of Revolution.
Wow. This was a really good promo. I did not expect this from Wardlow, to be honest. I didn't know what he was coming out to do. First of all, we can just write the Undisputed Kingdom off altogether. We're done. The Orange Cassidy beat both of them, the tag team. He'll lose to Roderick, then we move on. Split them up. I know we're going to try to do Cole and Wardlow at some point. No, we're over that. Wardlow is just great. He cut a great promo. He mentioned Punk, how he squashed him. Still lost the match. He didn't bring up that part, but it's a good idea. Beat MJF, choked out Joe. This is great. I thought he was going to say this is Wardlow's world at the end, in which case I would have thrown up. But he said this is war. It's fucking perfect. This is the first time I've enjoyed Wardlow since, oh shit, maybe since the MJF match. Now that I think about it,
yeah.
This is see, good job. Will he follow it up? Sure, I'm sure with a very serious match at Revolution. I'm certainly they won't make some goofy title match that has nothing to do with anything. I'm positive. I have all faith in Tony Khan. All right, so what happened?
Stop your tomfoolery, sir.
Get out of their own way. And by they, I mean dummy, get out of the wrestler's way. Let them just do their thing. If you try to help, you fuck it up. That's the thing. I don't think he's malicious. I think he's trying to help. I'm trying to help. You just fucking scrappy do-ass nigga. Move to the side, please.
Scrappy do-ass nigga is so
Jesus.
wrong. Trey Jones says, before this promo, I didn't care. After this promo, I still didn't care.
God damn. Fair enough.
We got Big Man Doug said, I love this. Tony is booking for me.
I love this too. Please.
We got Annika says, again, it's not our fault that your stupid behind went for the TNT title instead of the heavyweight title after beating MJF.
Oh, I totally forgot. I forgot that Wardlow's the dumbest kayfabe wrestler ever. Him and Priest.
You're adult. You're adult.
Oh shit! Somebody should bring that up. Then we never hear from Wardlow again.
You don't.
mean-
We got Big Man Dogs that says Warlow needed Undisputed Kingdom when the Devil debut happened, but he has already reheated himself to the point that they're holding him back. With one promo, they're holding him back.
Done. We're done. Let's get out
I'm
of
moving
here.
on. I'm moving on, guys. Our work here is done. We hear post-match comments from the Bang Bang Scissor Gang following their 12-man tag victory on Rampage last week. Daddy X apologizes running into Switchblade Jay White during the match, as White says that it's fine. He suggests that, how about we become the Collision Cowboys, but we switch it up with me, Colton Gunn, and Daddy Ass, not Austin Gunn, as the Collision Cowboys this Saturday. Anthony Bowens doesn't matter. The combo, everyone loves the Acclaimed. Bang, bang. But this very obviously felt like Jay White is about sick of this shit. And it feels like he is blaming Austin Gunn for even being involved in all of this.
I have very mixed feelings about this. Because, number one, on the good side, we're about done. Thank God. With this awful group. But it looks like the reasoning is Jay White is annoyed instead of this was my plan all along. Yeah. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here for Jay White thinking that this was going to work out somehow, and it didn't. What a terrible idea. Oh, Jay White. Oh, well. I had such high hopes.
I just suggest that would be nice if we can like put a bow and put a full circle on the story of whoever wins at Revolution between these two trios. If that happens at Revolution, they feud with Undisputed Kingdom afterwards, because I thought that was the whole point of this.
Right? We're better, stronger together. We can take those guys out that took us out. No, they're scissoring, making stupid jokes. Oh my God.
Guns up. Renee, we get a quick highlight package of Will Ospreay, and then they announced that Will debut on AEW Dynamite as an official member of the roster next week on the Go Home show ahead of Revolution. And then they announced that Wardlow will be a part of a matchup being coined as Meat Madness at AEW Revolution. That brings us backstage to Renee Paquette, who is with the Don Callis family, asking Callis if he's given any more thought on how the match between Will Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita will affect the family after Revolution. Callis said that it will help them big time, as win or lose, the best wrestlers in the world will still be part of the family. This is not going to work out, Don. Don says that he is on his way to the UK to pick up Ospreay himself to bring him to Revolution. He says that Powerhouse Hobbs at Revolution will be a part of Meat Madness, as he will take down and prove he is the meatiest of them all. And then he says that Sammy Guevara, he hasn't forgot about him. He says he's still the fly in the ointment and a little cock. No, I lost it when he said that. Yo, you saw Renee's reaction? She was like, wait, what? He said a little cock. The way he said it with force, a little cock. He said he will deal with him on Rampage.
If you find that Ospreay graphic where he's on the bottom of the screen saying he's going to be here next week, that one. This picture and the picture of Cody where he's like pointing straight ahead, I think it's the one they still use on Raw. Those are the two greatest renders ever. I love those pictures.
Oh, you have to see the close-up render. Let me see if I still have that picture, because sometimes the system freaking erases some of the pictures that I upload. So let me see if I got that other one, because I thought the other one was even better, because you get to really see the jacket. The jacket is immaculate when you get a close-up version of it. When you get a close-up version of this jacket, yo, look at this jacket.
Yeah, oh shit! Oh, it's fire. God damn, I did not notice that was a fucking lion on his fucking what?
Got a fucking lion on his shoulder.
Will Ospreay, the Prince of fucking Zamunda. What?
Yo, this is the Prince of Zamunda.
What the fuck? Holy shit, that's dope. That's fucking clean. Meat Madness. Meat Madness. Wrestling fans are so fucking lame. I'm sorry. Fucking Big E says something cool, and then these dummies just drive into the fucking ground. What the fuck? Of course. I could be fun too. Tony, please just stop. Just stop. And I apologize, wrestling fans. Because fucking at the pay-per-view they had was Hobbs and Miro.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. That was fun. And then
I was there live. That's one of the best live experiences I've had with a match in a while.
That was fun. And then, of course, Dummy's got to drive him to the ground. What's wrong with Monsters Ball? Did WWE own that too? No, just use it.
No, TNA has
Meat
that.
Madness.
TNA owns that.
What are they going to do? Motherfuckers don't know what they're doing over there. They don't know what they're doing over there. Are they going to be able to field the fucking roster this week? Stop it. Meat Madness. What the fuck? I can't take this shit seriously anymore.
We got Annika who says, please break this up before Jay White is lost in the shuffle. Talk about the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Just a position to that. We got Trey Jones with a super chat donation. Thank you so much. Trey, always appreciate this.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
and he says, by order of the Bang Bang Gang.
I hope this is his. I don't know where this is leading. I wanted to lead to a breakup. Now I want it to lead to fucking Jay White's I am the game speech. Just give it all these bums. I'm through with all of you. I don't need any of you. Except Juice. Where's Juice?
Yes.
I need Juice.
That's what I'm saying. Jay is like, and when is Juice coming back to save me?
Please.
Man.
You don't need to wrestle. I just need you to yell things.
I think the two worst injuries for AEW were Adam Cole and Juice Robinson because they had two successful acts in the Better Than You Baby and the Bullet Club Gold in the summer, and those two injuries totally kibosh both of those.
Goddamn shame. Hang in there, Jay. It's almost over, I think. I hope.
One would hope. We got another super chat donation from, of course, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. Always appreciate
They go
you,
on
sir.
Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous. Send.
We got Will who says, who would have thought this was Jay White's storyline after the C2?
Not I, said the fucking cat.
Not I.
I ended up in the finals.
John Moxley was right there.
He ended up in the finals. He was attacked by the fucking Devil's Row. This was like a perfect kind of storm for Jay White to be. No.
To be in be an important storyline. Like, he should be feuding with Moxley right now.
Yes, or he should be fucking the Punk on Collision. What the fuck are we doing?
That too. That could work too.
Hey, watch if Jay White was star. Love Jay White.
Man, damn, like goddamn, like can't catch a break. Now he's got the ROH trios titles. He got to work WrestleMania weekend and shit. Like,
God, poor bastard.
Jesus. We got Christopher Gibbs says Jimmy wasn't ready for the Lion. Oh, it's like
I was not. It's so fucking clean.
It's like a
that's a star.
That render is like, oh,
that's how you do it, Seth. That's how you do it.
So
I love you, Seth. I'm just joking.
Are you on the agenda? I've been seeing online. People think Ospreay should win the AEW World Title at All In.
Why? Because that's where he lives.
Yeah, basically.
I don't believe in it.
I think Ospreay is of the thinking of he knows he doesn't want to rush into that. So I think that people thinking that that's going to happen should temper their relax themselves, because I think that Ospreay is viewing this as something as a long-term thing, and he's not going to immediately kind of want to be in the main event scene. What I could see happening is Ospreay going into like the international title division and trying to prop that up, bring that back.
No,
I can see it. I know Will. I think I know Will very well. He is the type that will think he can bring that back up.
Let me think where Ospreay ranks in my head. I don't need 2001 Kurt Angle propping up the European Championship. I don't need it. I don't need it even a little bit. You're past that, sir. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than the TNT title, but I would take that at least. The Matt Taven Championship. Come on, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Sorry. Please don't.
No, it's TNT title. I feel, I think that fits more of the build for him. And plus, I would love to see if he could give Christian and Copeland like 5-star matches.
Oh my god. You know what? How's Ospreay's dad? Hey,
I love that. That's the first question we ask for anyone facing Christian.
I'd be the first person.
What's his dad? What's his dad's age? Is his dad present?
You have a father. Hey, pipe down, bruv. Well, my father, bruv.
At home, bruv. I am a father.
Oh, awesome. I'm here for it. Book it. Christian and Ospreay at all in.
Yes. Book it. I'm mad you called it that. Like, Matt Taven hasn't even held this title. Like,
we don't need it now.
The Matt Taven title is wild. That is a wild statement.
Great choice. Oh, your father's died, isn't it? What? Chris has got to say that. Oh, your father died, isn't it?
Your father's died, isn't it?
It's a Guy Ritchie movie. Oh, this would be awesome.
Yo, I don't know why this is like the greatest idea to me. Oh my god. Oh man. I swear, this show comes up with the greatest ideas. I've still been pitching on different shows Tyler freaking Black in AEW from last week. I'm not. I feel like I said, I was like, it depends on what Seth wants. If he wants to actually become the number one guy, I think we figured out the way.
Oh yes, that's the only way you can do it, sir. Sorry.
It's not gonna happen in WWE. I think we had someone in the chat last week that said, "Oh, him turning heel on Cody is the way to be number one." No, it's not. We did that. We did that. Like, don't y'all know what's the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Like, that's the definition of insanity.
Yeah, I quite literally, there's no path to being number one guy. He's now firmly number 3 at best, and he's peaked. Like, Seth he was as good as he's ever going to be, so he can't get better. It's just positioning. The only way you can position yourself better is to leave. Sorry.
And this is us saying that after Seth had arguably his best year in WWE this past year.
Yeah, great year.
and in your best year, at best, you were number 3. And by the end of that best year, you were number 4 because Punk was back.
Yes. See,
and in all honesty, you were kind of like 5 or 6 because of your wife and Rhea Ripley.
That's the facts. That's just the facts, sir.
And if we're gonna be really, really honest, like we on a lie detector, you're 7 because Gunther's there. Like, so he's like, you keep falling down them steps. Stop doing it. Let's climb up the steps. Let's go up the steps.
How long was Cody? When did Cody get released? Or Ash was released from WWE?
2022. So 3 years into AEW.
That's it. That's it. Not a long time. 3 years. You leave, you come back. Everybody still be there. Roman might never be there anymore. You're welcome.
Yo, Roman will not. Roman probably be in Hollywood. They sipping, they sitting in their chairs on set. Man, you remember when we had to wrestle and take bumps? Fuck were we thinking? Oh my god. Christian needs to feud with him now. Oh my god. I will do what cancer couldn't. Oh my god.
That's wild.
It's Christian. We got another super chat donation from, of course, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Will says Sting would cut that promo about his dad after a Christian segment. It's like,
He
yes,
would. That's
yes.
wild.
I immediately thought to myself, like, no, Christian, you can't feud with him. He's going to his retirement.
Sting thinks he's safe. He can talk about his dad now. Not safe yet.
Not
2 more
safe,
weeks, sir.
You're not safe, sir. Please, we gonna be all right. We got Chilling with JC says Tyler Black and AEW will cook. I like that, SP3.
I don't know about all that, but unless he's gonna get fucking that Kobe knee surgery. But it'll be a good fit.
Trey Jones even said Seth needs his own knees back.
Yeah, like I don't know who does he wrestle like these days in AEW. Nobody's towards the top. I don't think. He's not that guy anymore. Yeah. He's still really good. I mean, he's Seth Rollins, but
it's like the Matt Sydal drop off, but on steroids.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. And Jeff Hardy has the Seth Rollins drop off on steroids.
Yeah. On drugs, on cocaine. All right, next up was finally the main event of the show. AEW World Champion Samoa Joe teaming up with one of the number one contenders, Swerve Strickland, and Brian Cage with Prince Nana to verse Hangman Adam Page, FTW Champion Hook, and the returning Rob Van Dam. RVD coming out, but right after Hook, then Hangman came out. I love Hangman's lower third saying, unhappy with this team and generally. That's his whole new character. And then Mogul Embassy coming out together before Joe came out. Finally, this match was just very well put together. This was your typical AEW party match that got a lot of time in this main event slot. I believe the match started about like 9:40, 9:41 or so, and it went to past the top of the hour with the 5-minute overrun. So we had a lot of chaotic action in this one. RVD coming in and looking good once again in this one, but of course the driving force of this matchup once again was Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Whenever they like saw each other, it's like time stood still and everybody else just watched them. All the action stopped to watch them when they would brawl. Yeah, at one point they brawled with one another and Hook and Cage came to separate them. Hook and Cage got at it a little bit to continue their rivalry. He wanted a DVD on Hook at one point, but he countered into a DDT, and then tagged into Rob Van Dam, who came in with the hot tag, but eventually he was taken out by the heel tag team, who took the heat on RVD for a while here until Hangman Adam Page was able to come in to make the hot tag himself. So a lot of different matchups in this one, different scenarios. I felt like down the stretch this really started cooking as we had a whole bunch of big moves being made. Then we got the stare down with all three men in the AEW World Championship matchup at Revolution. They start going at it with one another. This leads to a whole big sequence where Swerve accidentally kicks Joe in the face. Hangman takes advantage of that, power bombing Swerve into the announce decks. A huge explosion for that one. Back in the ring, Hook eventually tags out. Hook tags out to Hangman. Hangman goes at it with Joe. Hangman eventually gets up for the muscle buster, but he flips out of it, seemingly hurting his ankle at the same time. He tags out to RVD. RVD is distracted by Brian Cage, and Joe eventually chokes him out with the Kakina clutch to get the victory for him, Cage, and Swerve. Very fun main event matchup. Joe looking good, adding to the build of the Revolution matchup, adding to this rivalry between Hangman and Swerve, which is the hottest thing in AEW right now. But Samoa Joe looking strong at the end, I thought was the right call for the finish. What did you think about the main event here?
Good match. I don't know what didn't hit for me, but some didn't hit for me. I did enjoy Hangman and Swerve, which is the main focus of this. It did feel like more on site than usual. I thought Hook did not look out of place. He looked small, but he doesn't look out of place in there with all the stars. RVD definitely Somebody said RVD hasn't missed a step. No, he's missing quite a few steps.
He's missed
Sorry.
quite a few steps. Yeah.
No disrespect. For his age and the wear and tear on his body, he's fantastic.
It's like I'm watching like the old Crash Bandicoot games where he used to have to stand in one spot and like get his run up. I think we said that about Mystico, but it's like Van Dam does it, but he's like still going slow.
Yeah.
He needs to like run in place before he starts running, but he still runs very slow at the end. Like Mystico runs in place and then he goes fast. It's the difference.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you're doing better than Jeff Hardy. Proving once again that compared to cocaine, weed is not a drug. This is I was out of line. Sorry. This is a really good match. I enjoyed all this. This was well done. Anything else? All right, Hangman's not hurt, apparently.
Yes, we got the shot at the end when they were going around to all the different participants in the main event matchup. The camera went to Hangman and he's telling the cameraman, get off me, don't shoot me. And he's like holding on to his ankle. He did limp out from the arena at the end of the show. So it did not look good. Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that Hangman had suffered a broken ankle. They didn't know how serious it was. They said that he would need an MRI to figure out how serious it was. And then Fightful reported that when they asked those within AEW about Hangman's injury, they said the quote was, "He's really good at his job." That's why people thought he was hurt.
Yeah, but think somebody's hurt and he has a broken ankle and is going to need an MRI are two totally different things.
And this is something that I feel like I've been talking about a lot on different shows and mostly on the True Hill Heat flagship podcast, where I've stated on multiple occasions, I don't go to Dave Meltzer for any type of reporting anymore. Like, and I just tell people in general, you don't go to Dave Meltzer for reporting anymore. You go to Sean Rossap. You go to Andrew Zarian. You go to the guys over at, the John Pollocks at Post Wrestling, the Mike Johnson at PW Insider. Those are the people that are doing actual legitimate reporting that is proven right. Dave Meltzer, time and time again, has done reporting as of late, and especially in the past year. It seems like it feels like every month there's a report he comes out with that is immediately by a more reputable reporter or by the wrestlers and performers themselves immediately debunked. You don't go to Dave for reports. You go to him for star ratings, whether that be a point of reference or just to complain about them. That's it.
That hurt to say out loud?
No, it didn't. I'm fully comfortable in this feeling now. Like I used to be, me. I used to defend Dave a lot, but like the past year has really kind of opened my eyes that you're not a reporter anymore. You're just speculating, and people view it as you're reporting, but you're not, and you don't do enough to specify that you're just speculating.
Thank you, sir. Look at you. Look at you. Absolutely. Yeah, Dave's a bum. He's been a bum. Sorry it took you all this long to realize it. I don't care about his reporting. I don't care about his opinions, and they were always awful. I'm glad Hangman's not hurt. Thank you, Annika. Thank God. And props to him for working it. Or maybe he was hurt. He fucking twisted something. And he was fine. He walked it off. The fucking needs an MRI is wild. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this. That's more than speculating. Needs an MRI is wild.
Oh, we got Power Drive Finisher. He says, I think on the spotlight they said Sean said he was fine. Yeah, and then the Fightful Select report came out earlier today. We got Big Man Dog says Mystical is more like Sonic. Exactly. It's like it is like Sonic with Mystico. Big Man Dog says Meltzer is just a fan analyzing the show and guessing shit. Yeah, my whole point with that whole big rant I just did is that that's my gimmick, but I let it be known. That's what I'm doing. You're not letting people know because they view you as a reporter, sir, because you used to do reporting.
It's time for him to go. I mean, I know his business is not doing well. They moved from the paper model to all digital, and he doesn't do numbers like fucking some of his adversaries do nowadays. Not just the Fightfuls of the rewards, but like I think Cornette is quadrupledums, whatever fucking number Dave has. It's like ain't close to that. She's over. Maybe we should let it go. Just a thought. I'm not sure what you do in the meantime. Can't spell, you can't write, you can't really talk, you fucking mushmouth. I don't know what you do. You know what? Never mind.
I mean, don't get me started. You're going to get me started like I did on. I don't know if I got myself in trouble and probably burnt the bridge to me ever working at Observer, but you know, I did mention that Observer is the only main wrestling platform that has no type of minorities on any podcast.
Oh Jesus! I mean, to be fair,
I mean it is true. Is it like I'm like. If it's not true, but I just noticed that not a lot of people on these platforms like me are saying that or tweeting that. They don't mention that. Like I felt like I was the first person to say it out loud that y'all realize that, you know, Fightful, Post Wrestling, all these major platforms, they have minorities, Hispanics, Indian, this, that, and the third, Sportskeeda even. They got the whole Indian Wrestling Observer. 0. It's the whitest of the white.
Well, first of all, who wants to work on the Titanic? Number one, and number two,
like how does Wrestle Talk? UK YouTube channel. Wrestle Talk got a brother. Wrestle Talk put my black ass on their YouTube channel.
I mean, what brother could they get to work at Observer? Who wants to work with Dave? Dave knows nothing about nothing. What did he say about fucking Bad Bunny? Fucking, what did he say? I forgot. It was the funniest shit ever. It is what it is. He is who he is. Only brother can get to work up there is Swerve.
You're not going to do that. No.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
What does Dave think about Swerve, by the way?
Huh?
What does Dave think about Swerve? What does Dave think about Swerve?
I think he mostly just views Swerve from as a performer.
He's a great urban performer. What the fuck he said about Bad Bunny? He wasn't. Yeah, Bad Bunny wasn't famous. I forgot what the fuck he said.
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
famous. Oh, it was wild. It's like, sir, what the holy shit? Oh well.
Yeah, this is like, yo, you were in a bubble. You were in a very short bubble. If you only talk to white people, yes, they're not gonna know who Bad Bunny is. But you have to realize that you and your 7 friends, or the 7,000 that write to Wrestling Observer, that is not a big widespread spectrum of who's famous or not. You should not have that be the basis of your synopsis that Bad Bunny isn't that famous.
It's like me saying nobody likes Taylor Swift because none of my friends like Taylor Swift. Yeah, that's just proof that nobody likes her. See? Yep,
basically.
Adult.
We got Chili with Jay says, I think I am one of the only white person who shows up. Truly is the most diverse. 10,000%. We've also had Alex McCarthy and Jeremy Lambert and well-known racist character Dutch Mantel.
Racist character. Oh, it's a character. Oh, okay.
Hey, he likes me, so he must not be that racist. He like my
one of the good ones, huh?
He's like, I like this Negro.
MAGA Mantel, sure.
All right, let us know. Sound off. Final call for super chat donations, and let us know your match of the night, MVP, LVP, out of 10. What did you give Dynamite this week? And of course, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for me and Jimmy for the February 21st, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
I'm gonna go with 7.5. I thought it was a good show. All I care about is 7.5. Gotta reach 7.5.
I'm quite surprised because we're right on the money with each other. I gave it a 7.5 as well.
I went too high. Fair enough.
Oh my god! I knew you were gonna say that.
But you know what? It happens.
7.5 from Jimmy, 7.5 from me, 7.5 from Frantic World. Power Driver goes 4 this week.
God damn.
We go Trey, who says 6.5. We got Chris, who gives it an 8 out of 10. We got Big Man Dawes, who says 8.5 out of 10. I'm not flinching.
What?
Who was your match of the night?
I'm gonna go with the opener, the opening tag match. No, some of you guys thought it went too long. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with FTR versus BCC. Your MVP for the show.
I gotta give it to Wardlow. I got to. Like, he may never earn that again. I gotta give it to Wardlow. Good job.
I'm gonna go co-MVP to Wardlow and Sting. Like I said, that was the first time I remember in recent wrestling history, or even in my entire time watching wrestling, that two guys had back-to-back their greatest promos of their career. So I gotta give it to those two. LVP for the show.
I hate to pull a Tony Khan here, but it's the women. Sorry. All the women not named Tony Storm. Sorry, Charlie. You're up.
I gotta give it to Madison Rain. Madison Rain. Madison. Sorry.
Outrageous.
I'm sorry. I apologized when I gave that. We got AC says match of the night, the opener. Chris says MVP, Sting, and Wardlow. We got Power Driver Finisher said had to change my rating system. I feel they could have done way better. It wasn't the wrestling for me this week. I thought the promo work was the thing that carried this week's show.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, Christian, Sting, Wardlow, Flair, all great.
And honestly, I don't need a great wrestling show when you have a pay-per-view in 2 weeks. Like this week's show and next week's show, I want great promos that get me excited for these matches. That's what I want. I feel like Sting's promo did that. I felt like the Flair Bucks segment did that. I thought even the stuff that was directly Timeless Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo, outside of the shit that they were involved in, the stuff when they were on screen together, that was good to promote their matchup. The Christian and Daniel Garcia, the main event was good to promote the title match. Good stuff, in my opinion.
Agreed. Don't need good wrestling this week. I don't need good wrestling any week, really. I don't care what Sheamus says. This is a soap opera, and that's why I watch. Yeah, this is a good overall show, I thought.
Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and what you got going on over on your channel.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter. We're on a blocking spree. I don't know what number we're at. We gotta be at 1,000 by this point. I'm gonna look it up when I get the chance. And on YouTube, we watch TV shows and movies, including Atlanta with SP3.
Oh yes, great stuff from Atlanta. Our next episode should be dropping soon. Reinvest in your hood. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Heel Heat. Ace, I had to read this comment from Chase. Actually, another LVP, the international title. Now I will always view it as that Matt Taven title. Matt Taven ass title. That is a quote. Matt Taven ass title. Get it out of here.
I'm sorry. Ugh.
Well, follow us over at patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content to True Hill Heat Prediction Championship. And go over and subscribe to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, as we'll be having no TV show reviews, movie reviews over there to go along with our sports coverage. So go over and check that out. I'll be back here live tomorrow with Romeo to preview the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And then we'll be back live on Saturday morning for the Elimination Chamber watch party. And then later that day for the review. And then the True Hill Heat Flagship podcast this Sunday, special day because of Elimination Chamber.
Who's going to be on the watch along?
Me, Romeo.
6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm already going to be up for New Japan, so yeah, sorry. No, that's how I work. That's how I operate, sir. You need to watch that Bryan Danielson Zack Sabre Jr. match, and you need to watch Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay. That was fantastic.
I don't know what the fuck Michael Oku is.
You'll learn by watching the matchup. Or you can Google him. It's your boy Jimmy.
That's what I wanted to say. Leave Ice Cube's son alone. He's fucking right. You're shitting on him.
That nigga. Fuck that.
All right. Jesus. Swerve, please relax. Please calm down. There's no need to be that aggressive.
I'm sorry. If you're looking for bad faith discourse and then you complain about it, I'd have no sympathy for you.
No. Stop shooting them. Oh, I guess you're shooting the message.
You shoot the message.
You should be.
Yes.
No, but you're shooting the message.
No. I'm not shooting the message.
The message is right.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with his message. I'm saying he's the wrong person to do it because that's not you. That's not your experience, bro. You have literally been doing bad faith discourse for over 2 years. You go to your social media and you search WWE AEW on his profile, and it tells a totally different story of, I'm just wondering who this person is. I'm not shitting on anything, but then you look up AEW on his profile, and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Why would I want to watch this? Who's it? Like, shut the fuck up! Make a movie, dog!
Jesus! All the man said was they should do a better job explaining who the guys are. I don't know what he said before that. I thought what he said in the moment. What he said in the moment is right. That's all. That's all. I don't want to look up his Twitter to see what the fuck he said. What he said on this fucking interview was correct. That's all. That's all. Leave that man alone.
Yep, and then Vince McMahon will say, black people deserve respect, but we should defend him too, right? Congrats. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm saying sometimes awful people say right messages, and that has been.
He's an awful person because he doesn't like AEW. Holy shit! He's Vince McMahon because he doesn't like AEW. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you serious? What the fuck is going on? Oh,
no, he's an awful person. He's an awful person because he's looking for bad faith discourse, and then he's lying to people.
He's a liar then. He's an awful person. Vince McMahon?
I think liars are awful people.
That's not true. We've all lied at one point in our life. That doesn't make you an awful person. Come on, man. Okay. You guys saying you never lied? That's a lie right there.
No, I'm not. I'm never saying I lie. I lie. Yeah, I lie. Men lie. Women lie.
You're not awful. It depends on the lie. I mean, fair enough. Nothing about AEW doesn't qualify you as an awful person.
If you're looking for bad faith discourse and you're shitting on something, and then you try to make it sound like you are just, I'm just genuinely just trying to find out something. No, you're not. You're looking for bad faith discourse. You're not doing that. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I don't care what your message is. Don't lie to me. That's not you. But that has been.
He said men lie too, Annika.
That has been AEWramble episode 1.
That's why Swerve don't like y'all, because y'all hear what y'all want to hear.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
The worst outro ever. This has been AEWramble episode 134. Rocket into Revolution. We are signing off until next time.